right, it is the rundown on Monday, August 14th, brought to you by Rough and Rowdy 22 this Friday back in Wheeling, West Virginia. The boys will be back at it with Rough and Rowdy 22. I guess the first one post-pin, if that's how we're marking things now. 20 fights with no headgear, 5-round main events. You got Make It Happen versus Lights Out Lane. You got all the boys. Dan will be there. Dave will be there. Robbie will be there. Rough and Rowdy 22. Dan, can you please say something about Rough and Rowdy 22 so I can stop talking?
It's going to be exciting. It's going to be awesome. Independence Day, also first time ever that we will have 5-round fights. So I believe the main card, 5-round fights. It's a new law that is passed in West Virginia. So Bobby Lang, is going back for his belt. There's been a lot of times where we've been wish we had a couple more rounds of this. 5-round fights for the main event.
You got Make It Happen against Lights Out Lane for the heavyweight belt. You got Black Italian Stallion against American Redneck for the super heavyweight belt. You got the Abel Brothers, Hot Wheels, Trailer Park. Everybody that you liked on there is back. There you go. Rough and Rowdy 22 this Friday by rnr.com. It's also available on YouTube for the first time, I think. So yeah, there it is. Rough and Rowdy. All right, the rundown. Hey, Kirk.
Hello, Brandon. Hi. It's been a while. How you doing?
It has been a while. How you been doing?
Good. Not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah.
I don't guess I've talked to you in person since trivia.
Oh, that's right. Yes. I remember how that ended. Yeah, you're still searching. Well, look, you're searching for a championship, as we all are in different ways. I've had a rough couple of weeks, but I'm actually off last week and a little bit off this week. So I jumped in today to see you guys, and yeah, everything's good.
Hey, Dan, how you doing?
I'm great. I'm feeling great. Yeah.
Good. All right. James Harden is calling out the Sixers already. The NBA season is coming around in about a month and a half, 2 months, and James Harden's already back on his bullshit. He calls Daryl Morey, the Sixers president, a liar and says he will never play for him ever again.
Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of. Let me say that again. Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of.
This comes 2 days after Woj reported that the Sixers have ended trade talks and they're going to keep James Harden and everything's going to be happy. And James Harden is not happy. He's blowing the shit up like James Harden always does, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, this is the least shocking news of all time. James Harden is upset and wants to trade. I think this has happened 4 times in the last 3 years. He's gotten fat. He's had injuries, all this stuff. The only thing I don't know how it transpired is he opted in, 2 months ago or a month ago?
Yeah.
So did Daryl Morey say opt in and then we'll trade you? And that's where the snake comment comes from. That you would assume that's what happened. But it's insane that James Harden, Ben Simmons, trying to think who else is in this camp, Kyrie Irving, just basically 3, they've just been passed around recently where they will come to your team, there'll be all the hype, and then 6 months later, they will say, I want out, and I will do anything to make this happen and blow up everything that you have in your organization.
I won't pretend.
But it's not that you just...
Sorry, Brian. I won't pretend to know anything about the situation because I really don't. But, I'm a huge NBA fan historically. And when I grew up, obviously, these things weren't going to happen. Guys, Magic has to be traded one day, then didn't. But guys like Bird and Magic and Jordan, and even the next generation after that, Garnett, they got traded. I understand that. And Kobe and those guys. When did this start? Who was the guy that made this acceptable when this happens? I was surprised when I saw this on Twitter this morning. What was the moment in history where it went from this is insane to this happens?
It's Brandon Walker's GOAT.
No, it's not LeBron. It happened before LeBron James.
I was thinking.
No, LeBron James going to Miami was the first time where it's hey, this is
no.
So you think the Jim Gray thing? You think? Okay, yeah.
Bullshit. That's bullshit. He left as a
That's
free
not
agent.
bullshit.
He left as a free agent.
That's not bullshit.
What Kirk is talking about is demanding a trade and blowing things up. LeBron did his time in Cleveland, then left as a free agent.
No. What I'm saying is, so LeBron, I don't fault LeBron for the Miami thing. I actually think that was whatever. I'm saying player empowerment truly began, I think, when LeBron decided to go to Miami and was hey, this is my career. I can do what I want. I like this idea of loyalty and you have to stay with the team you drafted. That wasn't a bad thing. The further along it got in terms of what's happening now, that's not LeBron's fault. I'm saying player empowerment to that level, which is a good thing. The players are the ones who are the most talented guys in the world. They should be able to get a say in their player movement. I think this round of it is probably KD.
Yeah.
Right?
That makes sense.
It's probably KD.
Well, I mean, it goes all the way back. You go back to when Kareem was with the Milwaukee Bucks.
But this is different though. I'm saying
he took his
No. But the difference is what Kirk is saying, and he's right. You wake up this morning, you see the James Harden news. It is the least shocking thing that's ever been said.
Like Michael Jordan hated Krause. Like Krause, Kukoc make him way more than Scottie Pippen. Like in today's world, if Jordan was Jordan, Krause would have been gone in like 2 fucking seconds. Like that's what I'm saying.
Right.
If something changed. You're right. Like Kareem bitched his way out of Milwaukee. That stuff happened all the time. But it is different now. Maybe it's just social media. I don't know. But now it's I wouldn't be surprised if James Harden. Nothing would surprise me with any of these guys now. Nothing.
And that's my point about LeBron. And it's not a knock on LeBron, Brandon, but LeBron is the first player I think ever who got to call all the shots. He got to call all the shots.
Yeah, and he has
coaches,
and he has one, and he has one championship. But yeah.
I mean, Shaq called his own shots. Shaq, when he left Orlando,
okay, that's
LA,
fair.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
And then when he got tired of it in LA, he got his ass traded to Miami. Shaq called.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. All right, so that's a good one. That's a good counterpoint.
Okay.
All right.
So Shaq's the answer.
He could be the answer, but I think it's been happening in the NBA all the way back since the NBA started.
It's become more. I think what's happened in today's NBA and what's turned some fans off. I love basketball, so I'll keep watching, but I understand where fans are coming from. Where a guy signs a deal, and it's like 4 months later, he's like, I want out. So it's like the inclination is sign the deal, and then you'll figure out everything later, which I get because you got to take the money. But it does suck when a guy signs a deal like a Jaylen Brown or who else just signed a or Luka.
Yeah.
Like, would you be shocked if Luka in a year and a half was like, I want out on the Mavs?
I think I would. I think I would be, and I'll tell you why. People are acting like this is a basketball thing, and I guess it does happen more than it used to. But this is a James Harden thing. James Harden is the guy that does this every single time he signs a deal. You can count your watch on him doing this at some point. So
I mean, Kyrie and Kevin Durant just did it.
Kyrie is another one, like you said.
Kevin Durant just signed a 4-year deal with the Nets and was like, that summer was like, I want out.
And Ben Simmons as well. I mean, there are guys in the league that will do this, and there are guys that won't do that. Like Dame Lillard hasn't really done this.
Well, he is now. He's only saying that he'll go to Miami.
Yeah, well, that sure slowed down. Nothing's happening on that front. Anyway, James Harden's crazy. Daryl Morey.
That was a good sports debate there.
That was good sports.
It's great.
Have you talked to Rory at all, the Sixers guy?
I have not. I know. So last night we were taping Part of My Take. This was before James Harden had this recent Daryl Morey's a snake, and I asked Max, who's a Philly guy, what his thoughts on James Harden were, because there was rumors about all this, and he said the most depressing thing you can say as a fan in any sport, he's better than the alternative, which is just basically giving up, and in your heart of heart, you know that this is not going to work, but you also are saying, hey, this guy's really talented, and like we have to try to figure it out. The he's better than the alternative argument is it such a I've been there many times, is such a defeated argument.
You know, we got the 30 for 30 in the Untold about Johnny Manziel now, and we got the Swamp coming out. I would like that summer where James Harden just let himself get fat.
It was awesome.
And got his ass out of Houston. We need a 30 for 30 on that. That was beautiful. All right. Tiffany Gomez is the crazy plane lady.
Hot.
Revealed herself after 2 months? I guess it was 2 months ago now that she went viral with the thing on the plane. And now people are talking about this isn't really her. This is different. This is crazy. This is conspiracy. Crazy shit.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't. That's obvious. I suspect that's obviously her. I don't know why it took everyone so long to find out who she was. Does anybody know the answer to that? Like, that seems pretty easy to find from an information perspective, I would think.
Yeah, she did a good job of hiding, I guess.
I know, but she was on a plane. Like things, I don't get. She has, you could find things in 2 seconds. I don't know.
Yeah, does she have any friends?
She has no friends?
Yeah, but you're right, Kirk. Like if Kirk Minihane went crazy on a plane,
well, yeah.
Well, I guess you're a bad example, but like for most part, like someone would be like, "Oh yeah, I know that girl."
That's what I mean. Yeah, somebody would talk like, I went to high school with her, I went to college or a bachelorette party with her. It's very, very weird. I can see. So the difference in the way she looked in that video versus the video that came out last night is she let her hair down a little bit and has a little more makeup on, right? But I can see it. I did the study. Like, that's her. That checks out. I'm fine with that. That's her.
I don't understand the whole internet backlash of that's not her. I mean, that's clearly her.
Well, it's a world we live
But
in.
that's the internet. I mean, the internet thought that DeMar Hamlin was cloned.
I think they still think that.
Right. They think every forest fire has been set for some devious, reasons.
So she
you could talk me into the Jamie Foxx thing though. Like if you give me 10 minutes, like that one, I'm willing to have the conversation about.
Wait. Oh, the Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, that one I'm not like that. Like every 5 or 6, I'm like, oh, we can have a talk about it. Jamie Foxx, I can have a conversation about.
It is true that it's like for the most part, I'm not a conspiracy theorist guy, and then there'll be one that pops up, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, like, let's at least. Yeah, the fire one is crazy. The Hamlin one's nuts. This girl is, but yeah. But go ahead, Brandon.
So she came out with this big, huge apology 2 months later. What's she really apologizing for? She just went crazy on a plane. She didn't hurt nobody.
She went after cops, though. Did you see the video after that last night?
I guess I saw the body cam footage.
Yeah,
F-bombing the cops and stuff.
Great.
But she was just being crazy.
Yeah.
I'll be the bigger man. I'll accept her apology. I like her.
That's nice.
I think she's smart. She feels like she's well put together.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of this woman.
I mean, this is an OnlyFans destiny. I mean, she's going to make she'll be able to buy her own plane. She'll fly around by herself screaming at the fucking walls. This is inevitable. This is a marriage that has to happen, I think.
Yeah. That once again, that's an internet thing. Get a little fame, get your OnlyFans money, and then get out. That's
right.
More power to you.
Yeah, it's a Barstool move. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Oh, imagine if we wake up tomorrow and she's number 1 on Cameos, dethroning Frank.
Jeez, I could see that. I could see her with Alex and Jordan talking about, taking pisses and whatever on the street or something. Who the hell knows?
You got her being a new mean girl?
Yeah, I could see that. Oh, what is that? Is that cum or is that licorice?
Listen,
I don't know. Whatever the fuck.
I would say there's a 0% chance that Gaz hasn't at least tried to reach out to this woman so far.
I'm surprised he didn't find her. That's who I assume located her. I don't know.
This actually came out Thursday, but I don't think there's been a rundown. Maybe Friday. But Rory versus Phil. So in the new book, this gambler says that Phil Mickelson had over $1 billion in bets, including $400,000 on a Ryder Cup that he was playing in. Dan, this was the most impressive stat. He had 43 in one day in 2011, Major League Baseball. He had 43 bets on baseball. I gamble. I don't know how you get 43 bets in baseball in a day. That's a dedicated son of a bitch right there. And then Rory says, they asked Rory about it. He says, well, Phil can bet on the Ryder Cup this year because he's not going to be in it, taking a shot at Phil. Golf guy, Kirk Minihane. Does Rory need to be taking shots at Phil? I feel like Phil belongs on a higher plane than Rory.
Very on the record. I'm an anti-Rory guy because Rory has played the woe is me card from the beginning on this. Like, it's over, Rory. Phil has done the right thing here. He just embraced this story from the start. He's like, yeah, I fucking gamble all the time. Like, now he's at LIV. Like, if he was still on the PGA Tour, there was no LIV. This would be a wild story. If he was betting on Ryder Cup matches with the Ryder Cup coming up, he wouldn't be a captain anymore. It'd be a huge thing. Once you go to LIV, like, everything's in play. It's like, whatever. Yeah, I gambled. Whatever. Fuck you, Rory. Rory wants everyone to like him so much. This is a little bit of a problem I have with Max Homa, too, who I do like. But, like, when you always want Twitter to like you, eventually Twitter will turn on you. And I think Rory's learning that.
Yeah, Rory lost me when he lost whatever the Open Championship and started talking about how he's like the most important thing is the road to Dubai and the FedEx Championship and all this the playoff stuff. It's like, come on, dude. Right. And I mean, Phil bets. Big time gamblers make big time bets. I love that line. I have no problem. Obviously, he shouldn't be betting on events that he's in, but the other stuff, I feel like we were shaming Phil when if you did the calculations, $1 billion bet and only 100 million lost, that's a pretty good gambler.
I saw somebody tweet this at you. Have you figured out your total gambling in your life? Have you run the numbers?
It's a lot. Because again, this is also like money at play. Like it's not when you say $1 billion gambled, like on a Saturday or Sunday in the fall, I have hundreds of $1,000s in play. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean you lose $100,000. That means you have it in play. I think I'm saving it. I'm gonna plead the fifth, and I'm gonna save it for the book.
Fair.
Because that is is that not an all-time book move?
Yes.
Is to just like the best way to sell a book is to be like, this is how much money I gambled in my life. I think Charles Barkley did the same thing.
That's right.
So I will calculate it all when the book comes out someday when I'm trying to cash in. And I want to be clear, when the book comes out, that means I need more money to gamble.
Mhm.
So it's just that's a very symbiotic relationship there. The book will be I need money to gamble, so here's a book.
So all these bets on Phil were back in 2011 when he was very rich. I mean, he was rich beyond belief, but he got the live money a couple of years ago, just straight out cash. He had to hammer it hard one time after he got the live money.
Oh,
yeah,
sure, yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
I mean, this is when people go after Dave for his bets. Dave has a lot of money. Like he's betting within his means. His means have gotten insanely large. You know what I mean? Like it's not, we don't unit shame. So Phil. It also, Phil's great. I want to just give credit to Phil because I think everyone in America who gambles used Phil when that release came out. I know I did in my household. I said to my wife, I was like, you see Phil Mickelson gambled $1 billion?
Yeah.
And she was like, wow. And then she was like, how much do you think you have? And I was like, I got to go. I'll see you later. So I think that same conversation happened all over America.
All right, Zuckerberg and Elon Musk fight is officially off. Zuckerberg put out a release or something. I don't know where he put it, but he basically said Elon Musk is not a serious person, and I'm only interested in fighting people that take this stuff seriously. Are we supposed to take any of this seriously, even the Zuckerberg part, who claims that he's a serious fighter?
I don't know. These guys who are like, whatever, I don't want to say nerds, but these sort of strange when they get older and they think it's a very weird thing. I never know, like I was thinking about this the other day. Like if I walked in a room and the door closed and it was just me and Mark Zuckerberg and one of us had to get out, it's just a fight to survival. Is he like really tough? I'm not saying I'm tough, but like, is he tough? Would he like kick the shit out of me? Or is he like a rich guy who has a hardcore trainer? I don't know. Like, is he actually a tough guy?
I think you're getting out of that room, Kirk. I don't believe him, and I don't believe Elon Musk. I believe they were faking. I think Elon Musk wasn't being serious the whole time.
No,
Zuckerberg was very much being serious and wants to put on the serious front. But who gives a shit?
Yeah, I just my take remains the same with both these guys. I don't trust any rich guy that doesn't own a sports team. I just don't. Like if you have that much money, you should buy a sports team. You should buy an NFL franchise. That's what you should be doing with your time instead of like practicing Krav Maga in your octagon in your backyard. I just do not trust a Bezos, a Zuckerberg, an Elon. If you haven't even at least attempted to buy a sports team, what is all the money worth? Do you
have an age? Do you put Warren Buffett in that list or no? Is there an age?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, Warren Buffett. Well, although Warren Buffett, he's so weird and frugal.
He lives in like a small house. He has like a Toyota Camry or something. He keeps all his money. So you trust him though? I
trust him. Yeah, he eats McDonald's. He doesn't. It's the guys who are like, I'm going to go to space instead of buying. And like, guess what? People have been to space. I know space, not that cool. Winning a Super Bowl, very cool. So I just don't get it. I like if you're spending your money on all these other things, spend that. Like Warren Buffett is a good example of a guy who like he's not spending his money on anything, so I can't blame him. But if you're just wasting your money on all this weird shit, go buy a sports team.
Oprah. Oprah? No?
Oprah should buy a sports team.
Okay. All right. Okay. You don't trust her. Fair enough.
I don't trust Oprah. Absolutely do not trust her.
What's the entry point to being a sports owner these days? Do you have to be a billionaire? Like, can you be a 500 millionaire? Obviously, NFL
depends on the sport.
Yeah,
NFL, you got to be a billionaire. But can you buy a Major League Baseball team, a small market Major League Baseball team, if you're a 500 millionaire?
No,
probably
the team itself for 500 million. Oh, really? Like who? Like the?
Oh no, not
you
by
put
the
your
team
entire
itself.
Net worth into it.
Oh, you're saying like buy a portion of the team?
Yeah.
Well, how much do you need to be a sports owner? Is what I'm asking.
I think it's billions. I think it's billions, except for hockey.
Yeah. Okay.
Wouldn't you look down on like a Musk if he bought like a small market hockey team though?
Yes.
Yeah, I would.
You can't do that.
No, those guys have to buy NFL teams.
Right.
They have to.
All right. Those are our 4 topics prepared by John Rich, who went buck wild crazy on the yak the other day. Did you see that, big kid?
I did.
Yeah.
John Rich having a moment. Is John Rich having a moment? Do we want to do the after show?
Yeah, I think we're going to do the after show, starting with Darren Ravel.
No.
I got
Kirk, have you heard anything about Brandon's car crash?
2 weeks ago, I had a car wreck.
I saw this. Yeah, what happened, Brandon?
All right. Well, I'm gonna read his text to me first.
Okay.
And then you can decide what happened, and then Brandon can tell you what happened.
Okay.
He texted me out of the blue, Saturday, July 29th. Had a bad wreck today, driving in a storm in Illinois. Wind caught me and knocked me out of control.
Yep.
Hydroplaned off the road and hit the retaining wall.
Yep.
Paramedic pulled me out.
Wait a minute.
Yep.
They kept me under observation for 4 hours.
Yep. All true.
I
He was an off-duty paramedic.
Brandon, I actually, despite I actually like Brandon. We get along.
Why do
pretty
you
well.
always fucking say that every time we cross paths?
Good guy.
You always say I actually like Brandon.
But I don't. Is there? If I missed this epidemic of wind causing car, I'm not. I have been in windy
It was
conditions.
a storm.
Okay.
Paramedic pulled him from the car. Now, Brandon, you want to
were you
tell?
in the jaws of life, Brandon? What happened?
That's what I thought. That's
No.
what I thought.
Pulled you from the car?
It was an off-duty paramedic who just happened to be following behind me.
We just pulled you out of the car?
Well, when I say pulled, he opened the door and said, "Hey, get out."
Okay. So that's a lie. All right. Yeah.
So I got out.
The paramedic, Kirk, the paramedic,
Off-duty.
like literally took him like a damsel in distress getting off a boat.
Right.
He was like, "Here, take my hand."
Right.
Put him to the side of the road, and then the paramedic got in his car and drove it to the side of the road.
I was adamant from the very beginning that I was never hurt. It was never a bad physical wreck. It was more the mental problems of the wreck.
So what walk me through it. What happened?
All right, so I was driving. It was a really bad storm, and it was raining. It was that sideways rain where everybody puts their flashers on and they slow down.
Everyone's
So
driven
we were
it
all
a million
going
times. Yeah.
We were all going pretty slow,
Mhm.
and I was going probably 55, maybe 60. And all of a sudden, I don't know if wind caught me, but I did start hydroplaning.
Yeah.
Something. So I started swerving to the left, and I spun a couple times, and I hit the back wall and did this, and then the momentum carried me back into the interstate where a couple of cars sped around me, and that was it.
I just picture this person picking Brandon up like a baby and just putting him down on the ground and then driving the car 100 yards.
It was an off-duty paramedic who just happened to see it.
But his
And
name was Dwayne.
The way you wrote it, I thought that like they had, multiple
I think
ambulances.
Brandon's gonna be like, remember DeMar Hamlin at the ESPYs this year where he thanked all the he gets all emotional? Is that gonna be you next year?
It might be. Listen,
With
Dwayne didn't have to do that.
You and Dwayne? That's a 30 for 30 right there.
Dwayne didn't have to do that. Dwayne could. It was raining. He didn't
You're
have
right.
to get out.
Dwayne definitely didn't have to do that. You are right about that. You could have.
And then he didn't go in an ambulance. He didn't go to the hospital. He just sat on the side of the road, and then they're like, "You good to go?" And he's like, "Yeah."
No, that's not. They did come look at me, but I didn't go in an ambulance.
How was the car damage?
Not bad.
No.
Not bad.
So basically nothing happened.
The bumper.
The tail light's gone and the mirror's gone.
I don't understand what happened. Where did you? So did you sit like on the side of the road in the rain?
No, I didn't sit on the side of the road.
Well, I
I
don't
sat on
know.
the car on the side of the road.
He sat in the perfectly fine car that he was driving.
So Dwayne, but I thought Dwayne took you out of the car.
And then Dwayne then drove Brandon's car to the side of
with
the
Brandon
road.
in it. Right?
Yeah. No, I was on the side of the road standing in the rain.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. At one point, you were just standing there on the side of the road in the pouring rain.
And Dan, I didn't tell you this part, but so the cop took a while to get there. It took like 30 minutes. So Dwayne was
Well, it
ready.
wasn't an emergency.
Top priority.
So
I can't imagine.
No, there was a lot of storm damage. So what we ended up doing was me and Dwayne caravan down 3 miles to the next exit and stopped at the gas station and waited for the cop.
You did not tell me that part.
That's
So
what
you sat in a Pilot while you just,
It wasn't a Pilot. It wasn't that good of a gas station. It was not a very good gas station at all. Who knows what could have happened?
Pilots are elite.
Yeah, Pilots, Flying J's, Loves. No, it was none of that. All right. Darren Ravel shares his thoughts on Dave Portnoy getting back Barstool. He says that Dave took the big L and that he bought the company back for $1, and he's going to have to fund the company for himself, which I don't know that Darren Ravel knows how businesses work. But Darren Ravel took a shot at Dave last night.
He's a fucking idiot. Dave texted me this, and it like ruined my night because I got angry about the fact that Darren Ravel thinks that he has not said a word about Northwestern. He just pretends he's a journalist and then picks and chooses what stories to talk about. And this one, in no way can you say that Dave took an L. There's just no way. There's no interpretation of it where he takes an L.
I think the only way you can talk about it, like if you want to sort of present it, is you can definitely say, great deal for Dave, and probably at the end of the day, a good deal for Penn because it was just complicated. Like it was just,
right.
Getting these licenses for these people was a pain in the ass. I get that. But for Ravel, to be fair to Ravel, though, he does have what? He has 2 MLK rookie cards, right? What was his?
Over 9. Over 9.
So I mean, this is a civil rights giant. So I don't want to get into that war. But I mean, it's just, this guy is he a business reporter? Is that his title?
He's a gambling reporter now.
What is he now? He blocked me. I forget what happened with him. But I don't even know his point.
That's my biggest gripe is that he just flies in and pretends to be a reporter when it's convenient for him.
Right.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
All right. Back at Barstool headquarters, apparently we're having class president vibes today. They're going to elect a president of the New York office. Marty Mush is running for it. Rico Bosco, his first day back in the office in a while,
endorse him, I guess.
Is running for president. Are you going to endorse him right now?
I think he's the leader this country needs right now. I would say to unify everybody. Yeah, I would say he makes the most sense. He's stable. He's religious. I think that's good for the right, for the Republicans to have like a religious guy. So I think he reaches both sides of the aisle. Yeah,
he has attacked people in the office before.
But haven't we learned anything from politics in 2023 that it used to be, like you can't elect a president that's been divorced or has, smoked weed or done those things are completely out the window now. Right. Your past is no longer held against you.
And he's a fighter. There's great military, whether it's Eisenhower or Teddy Roosevelt, has been great fighters who have gone into the presidency. Rico's no different.
So Dan, are you endorsing Rico today?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why he's running if he's moving to Chicago in the spring, summertime, but I will endorse him. Yes, I will endorse him.
Okay, I don't know what they're doing with the president thing, but I'm sure they're having fun with it. I don't know. You got anything else?
I mentioned this. I did a quick thing today. It is amazing now in this country with the left and the right how they're so inflexible. Now every single hardcore Republican in this country has gotten together and decided this song by this guy is the greatest song. I'm not even saying it's a bad song. Not saying good, not saying bad, but everybody got together and said, you know what? All these other songs suck, and this is a great song. And you know what? It's just not that great a song.
That song sucks. I hate that song.
It's just it's whatever.
I like the song. I think the guy is a great singer. He has a great voice. Yeah. He has a great voice. But I couldn't agree more when a guy goes viral, his voice is great. I enjoyed the song. And then immediately everyone tries to ruin it, being like, well, what side does he vote for? And now we got to pick sides. Did you see the full verses though, Kirk?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Not Bob Dylan. Now it was smart of him to omit some of those. I said it on PMT, but he basically had a couple verses. I think there was one like, I wish politicians would care about minors instead of minors on an island. Yeah,
Epstein Island. Right.
Yeah, he was basically just Billy Football trying to be PFT in song version.
Right.
So yeah, he was smart to omit that. But yeah, I don't.
Didn't he have a welfare? He had a welfare verse too, right?
What?
He had a welfare verse.
Yes.
Yeah, something about
Fatso's on welfare. Yeah. Which is which is a good thing. But again, like every single person on that side, nobody on that side is like, you know what? It's just okay, or it sucks. It's like, no, this song's great, and this is why this. It's just like, well, I don't know.
I mean, every single issue, all of a sudden you have to team up and you have to be fervent for your team, and I just. That song, the song seems like he's doing an impression of an actual singer. It doesn't feel like he's a singer to me.
Right. Is Rico weighed in on this yet? Is he going to have to? Is it one of his theme songs? I mean, he's going to have to. There's going to be a debate.
Yeah.
He should fly this guy in to be his campaign singer.
Definitely. Yeah. I would think. Yeah. If he's at work this week, who knows?
That'd be great if Rico aligned with this guy and then we find out that he did something horrible.
he's like this guy in the Rays? Is that the guy's name?
Under Franco, yeah.
Jesus. God.
Yeah.
What's the deal with him, Dan? He's dating a 14-year-old?
Allegedly. I have in our Dingers Only League, I do have Wander Franco on my roster, and I have put him on the IL parentheses pedophile alleged. So I will not be counting any of his home runs for my league.
That's good. That's
classy.
That's I mean, I got to lead from the front, and we're going to wait for the facts to come out. But as of right now, I actually acted before the Rays. I just want that on the record. I made this decision before the Rays made a decision, before MLB made a decision.
Have the Rays done anything yet?
I think they put him on I think MLB put him on like the
physically the PUP.
ineligible to play or something while they look into it. Yeah,
he's good too, right? He's like really
very
good.
Very good. Yes.
All right, I guess that's the rundown. I don't really have anything else. Y'all got anything else?
Nope, I'm good.
I'm good. This is good rundown. Great to see you, Kirk.
As always, boys.
Okay to see you, Brandon.
We'll see you next week, right?
Yes. Next Wednesday
in Boston.
Oh yeah. I was like, fuck.
It's out now. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but I was told about like 2 months ago, and as usual, it comes out today. So yeah.
I have not been told one single thing about this 20th anniversary thing, but it will be great. And we have Rough and Rowdy on Friday night, so that's going to be great as well.
Kirk, can I stay in Boston a couple days with you?
I'm sorry?
Can I stay in Boston after the anniversary for a couple of days with you? Maybe do a couple shows, maybe go eat some lunch?
You're always welcome. You're one of these guys who always says, oh, I'll do the show, and then you never do anything. So I feel safe in saying, sure, yeah, absolutely, you're welcome.
Well, I actually hate you.
That's true, yes, right, yes.
Why do you hate Kirk?
Does he beat
you and everything?
Okay, Dan, just relax. That's the rundown.